Okay, this video is going to be about my favorite carry gun. It's not the gun that I carry 100% of the time, but when I'm not working, I carry it most of the time. Sometimes I carry a Glock 26, but I mostly carry the 26 and the 19. Um, this is my actual favorite carry gun. The Glock 19, specifically this one. I have a 19X and a 19 Gen 5, but the one I like to carry the most is the Glock 19 Gen 3. This one in particular. I like the trigger. Um, I like the grip. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this particular Glock, this Glock 19. And it is unloaded. This is my Glock 19. What I have done to it is it has all the factory parts inside the, you know, all that stuff. The springs, trigger, all that is factory. I have done a little bit to it, like the back plate, just for looks. And see, here it is right here. That's the back plate. Sights. I always put night sights on my firearm. I don't remember. I don't think this one came with night sights. These are the Ameriglow with the orange dot in the front. I like those with the U-shaped rear trigger with the tritium inserts, of course. I do some stippling, and you'll see it right here, maybe. Let's see if I can get it in there. You'll see a little bit of the stippling there on the grip. I just do enough to where I can get a better grip on this pistol. And I also do a little bit on the up here too, where my thumb goes. It just gives me a better feel for thumb placement, and it just feels better when I'm pointing it. It gives me a position to put my thumb, and it helps with the recoil when I'm shooting at the range or whatever. I actually get a little better grip. You also probably did notice that the takedown lever, right in there, is silver, and a couple of the pins, as well as a pin back here. They're steel and they're silver. They just looked cool. That's all. Got those from Glock Store, which I really like Glock Store. I've actually been to the one in Nashville. It's pretty cool. Bought a bunch of stuff while I was there. Nashville, Tennessee. If you ever get a chance to go to, especially if you get a chance to see Lenny McGill, that would be really cool. He actually works there. He's actually there Monday through Friday, like 10 to 3 or something like that. Is what the guys were telling me. I was there on the weekend, so I didn't get to see him. I want to take a trip back there, though, and maybe do a video on it, too. Everybody says he's real cool. But, and I also, a butt plate I put in there. Again, just for looks. I do like the butt plates because keeps dust out, and I'm not sure. Some people say, yeah, dust gets up in there and it can cause problems. Some people say that's ridiculous. I don't know. I just don't like that big old hole. So I've always put butt plates. And then when, I started finding out that you could get really cool ones, all kinds of different stuff that say stuff, that have different emblems on them, I would always get a butt plate. I like butt plates on the firearms. Um, Backplate, things like that. Um, this gun is my favorite carry gun. I really like it. I love the Glock 19. It's probably my favorite gun. I've owned a whole bunch of guns. Berettas, Tauruses, Rugers, Smith & Wessons, Sig Sauers, HKs. Um, a lot of them I've liked. Glock, the main reason I like Glock is because they're easy to find, they're easy to maintain, easy to clean, easy to shoot, easy to find stuff for. I mean, good luck finding backplates for a Beretta. Well, you're not going to get a backplate for a Beretta M983 or something like that. But just, cool stuff for it. My M9A3 that I owned for a while, I couldn't even find the full wraparound grip except for the black one or the tan one. And I don't like the little lock grips and things like that you can put on it because it doesn't go all the way around the hand grip. And I have big hands, so I like a good full. I feel like the girth of a gun in my hand. Yeah, I said that. Anyway, but yeah, and I like Glocks. Gen 5s I like. I own a Gen 5, well, 2 technically. But I found that I do like the finger grooves. By the way, I do do an undercut. I don't worry about looks when I'm doing the undercut below the trigger. I worry about how does it feel, because I do get Glock knuckle if I don't do that. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, that's a thing. And that does get irritating after, a couple hundred rounds for sure. Yeah, you can wear gloves, but you're practicing with gloves, and if you are carrying, you're not going to have gloves on you most likely. Now, sometimes I wear a driving glove, but not when I'm not working, obviously. The Glocks just are, and they have a good record of reliability. They're not always reliable. People say they just work. I'll say they just work most of the time. But you can get a bad Glock. There are bad Glocks out there. I've had bad Glocks. Got rid of them as quick as I got them. 26. I've had some 19s. I've had bad SIGs. I've never had a bad HK, though, and I've owned a bunch of HKs. I have to admit, it's just good luck finding anything for an HK. Spare parts, anything. But with Glock, I mean, you can walk right into a gun store and there's parts, aftermarket or just, factory, OEM stuff. So, yeah, and, it's super easy to maintain. I mean, you can do probably, I'd say almost all, but all of your own gunsmithing. I tried to take a CZ PL1 apart one time to do something with the trigger. Had to take it to a gunsmith just to get it put back together. A Glock, man, you can take that thing down completely, all the way, and put it right back together. It's just simple. It's less parts in those guns, and that's why I like Glocks the best. Are they the most accurate? They're very accurate enough. More accurate than any person is going to be. Let's be honest. They're accurate enough for combat. Are they a... now, Dave Savigny with Glock, I don't know if he does it anymore or if he's even with Glock anymore, but he was a competition shooter, and he used Glock 34s, which I've owned, and won competitions all the time. But, a 1911 is probably much more accurate. I've shot 1911s, they are pretty damn accurate. But 7 or 8 rounds versus, 15 plus 1 in the pipe, lighter, a much lighter gun, easy to carry, easy to find holsters. Talk about accessories galore. Not only can you get a holster for it, but what color do you want? What design do you want? You know, you can just walk into a gun store and they've got holsters there for Glocks. Do that with an HKP 30. You're probably not going to find it. A Beretta PX4, a Storm. Just name your gun. I mean, there's some, the Smith & Wessons, there's a lot of and stuff, but it's mostly Glock. I mean, Glock is just unbelievably well used. And also, there's this factor, too. What if there is ever a thing, an earthquake or, the zombie apocalypse or whatever, there's going to be Glocks all over the place. Cops use Glocks. Glocks are 65% of cops use Glocks, I think, still. They're all over the place. You can go to any abandoned gun store or, department store even and get stuff for them if you had to. So, 9mm is my preferred round, the lung busters. I like those because they're plentiful, they're easy to shoot, follow-up shots, practicing double taps. I like a 9mm. A good hollow point, name brand. I shoot 124 grain plus P, usually Spear or Federal, but those are my preferred rounds. But that's what I carry, my Glock 19, and in particular my Glock 19 Gen 3. I just like it. My Glock 17 Gen 3 is my home defense gun, and I have a flashlight on it, and it has night sights too. Watch my video about night sights, by the way. Yeah, it's an all-around great gun. Is it the best gun at everything? No. But is it one of the best guns at everything? Yes. Is it an all-around great choice? Absolutely. Does it have the best trigger in the world? No. It's kind of a mushy, spongy trigger. And I have tried many, many times, including aftermarket triggers, all kinds of ways to make that trigger be more like other triggers that I've experienced. Yeah, even Glock Store's Lenny McGill's triggers are better, but you're never going to make a Glock trigger make you a better shooter. So it's good enough. I have a stock Glock. I have a stock trigger in my Glock. You're never going to make it better. You might, a little bit, polishing jobs, all that stuff. You might a little bit, but in general, it's a Glock. It's a tool. Just use it as it is. Do a little upgrades, whatever makes you more comfortable. Undercuts on the trigger guard, some stippling, whatever. And don't worry about looks. It's a tool, and it's a Glock. It's ugly. But they just work, mostly. All right. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot. I appreciate everything. And remember, be looking for my 2 new channels that'll be coming out pretty soon. One about beers. I think I'm going to call it something to the effects of Beer Snobs. And one about people's driving and so forth. I'm going to get a GoPro or something, put it on the windshield, and just show the crazy stuff that people do out here. Just this morning alone. But, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. I appreciate everything. Be safe and stay safe. Get rid of that sissy gun and get you a Glock.